Now for our lead story tonight. He's known as the rock star Prime Minister, cheered by international media wherever he goes. But India has been underwhelming for Justin Trudeau. The visit has faced criticism for reasons more than one, the most disturbing being his proximity with Khalistani separatists. Here's a report.
Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's trip to India has been star-crossed from the start. His popularity at home is on a steady downward graph. Due to his embracement of Canadian Sikhs advocating anti-India separatism, New Delhi has not exactly rolled out a flying carpet for Mr. Trudeau to whisk bilateral relations with India off to new heights. WION has been reporting in depth on every aspect of Mr. Trudeau's India visit, and Canadian journalist Candice Malcolm has followed us keenly and posted our coverage on the issue of Trudeau and Khalistan extremists, with Ms. Malcolm remarking under the attached link that Canadian viewers would never get the side of the controversial Khalistan story that WION is presenting. Now, WION brings you what Ms. Malcolm has just disclosed in the Toronto Sun, a story that will be the final nail in the coffin of a trip doomed from the word go. Among those who parlayed with the Trudeaus at a function in Mumbai some days ago was one Mr. Jaspal Atwal. No problems with that, of course. With a population of 500,000, Canadian Sikhs are the largest ethnic group from India, except that Atwal was convicted of attempted murder after shooting a moderate Sikh politician from Punjab in Vancouver Island in 1987. The charming Mrs. Trudeau wasn't the only one. The man who was convicted of attempted murder and served 20 years in prison met during the Canadian Prime Minister's ongoing tour. He also chatted with the country's Minister for Infrastructure, Amarjeet Sohi, who is part of the PM's entourage. And finally, the Toronto Sun journalist Ms. Malcolm has also posted a picture of India's high-powered guest himself, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, seen here several years ago with Jaspal Atwal, the former member of the International Sikh Youth Federation, a terrorist organization banned in Canada since 2003. There's worse to come. At a select dinner being hosted in honor of the visiting PM at the Canadian High Commissioner's residence in New Delhi's highest security zone, Mr. Atwal was, this evening, to be an honored guest. That is, until Canadian Broadcasting and the Toronto Sun broke the story and contacted the Prime Minister's office in Canada. They were told that, quote, the invitation was being rescinded, unquote. They did not confirm whether Atwal was part of Mr. Trudeau's delegation to India, but sources have indicated to Ms. Malcolm that he was. Prime Minister Trudeau has already been under fire for spending Canadian taxpayers' money on what seems to be an extended family holiday, given that his official meetings will only take half a day of the week-long trip. And now, his messiah-like embracement of Indian Canadians with terror links has come back to trip him up like a stray thread on the frayed carpet of hospitality that the government of India has reluctantly rolled out for him. Bureau Report, WION.
Let's dwell a bit more on the man who's sparked the new storm. This picture that we'll just play out for you of Canada's First Lady with a Khalistani terrorist has become a thorn in Indo-Canadian ties. And this comes just a day after Justin Trudeau met the Chief Minister of Punjab and clarified on his stand on Khalistani terrorists. The man in the picture is Jaspal Atwal, an Indian origin businessman with ties to the Khalistan movement. Atwal is associated with Media Wave Communications that runs a Surrey-based online radio station. He was formerly associated with the banned Sikh separatist outfit, the International Sikh Youth Federation, or the ISYF. This outfit is notorious for the 1985 Air India bombing. ISYF has been declared as a terrorist outfit and banned in India. Atwal was one of the 4 men convicted for ambushing and shooting Punjab Minister Malkiyat Singh in 1986. Malkiyat Singh Sidhu survived that attack, but he was assassinated 5 years later in the same state. Atwal was sentenced to 20 years in jail, but the case was overturned on a legal technicality. It was proved in court that the evidence against him was obtained on a fraudulent warrant by Canadian intelligence. According to reports, Atwal later admitted to a parole board that he was indeed the shooter on the day of the attack. Reeling from this fierce backlash, the Canadian Prime Minister has spoken out on the controversy. This is what he said a short while back.
Received an invitation, and as soon as we found out, we rescinded the invitation immediately. The Member of Parliament who included this individual has and will assume full responsibility for his actions.